So it was also confirmed that there's no physical backwards compatibility with the
Right.
3DS or the Wii U. Now, if anyone thought that, oh, it's going to play Wii U games, come on. That's
Really?
common
I
sense.
know. I
That
know.
is like
I
ridiculous.
I read so many things where people are all like, "What? It's not gonna play Wii U games?" It's like,
I
what?
mean, I mean, I,
How would this
I could,
happen? I
I
don't
suppose I could
understand.
see it happening if the dock itself had
Disk
the Wii
drive.
U drive, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you want to play your Wii U, play it on that, you know. And the thing is if there's people, which I'm sure there are, that are complaining about this who do not own a Wii U,
You should have
well,
bought a Wii U.
why didn't you fucking buy one before when
Yes.
Nintendo really, really needed you? I mean, they've sold just under 14 million units
That's the
total.
that's the kicker here is that these people are like, "Oh, I was waiting to buy a Wii U until the price came down." And then it's
That
like,
I
never
will
bought
admit
one.
that was me.
But now you
I
got
bought mine
one.
used, but I bought it used, so Nintendo never got my money
You
there.
still got the system, so now you can play
Heck
those
yeah,
games, even if they
heck
never
yes.
move on from that
And
system.
I really do wish I would have picked it up day one, I'll admit.
Yep, and I'm glad I did. I don't regret it one bit. Now there's a lot of interesting stuff that came in the week since the awesome reveal. Um,
Yeah.
we didn't say that yet, but that reveal was really awesome. It was fantastic, and the name actually is pretty dead on. It's not the coolest sounding name, but
No, but
it says what it is. So cool.
and you know what? The other thing about that too, it completely sidetracks that the Wii U really that it ever existed.
Yeah.
So as a consumer, you're not going to get confused and be like, "Oh, is that a Wii upgrade?" Because for some strange reason, there's still people thinking that that's what it is.
I know.
These people must live under rocks, but hey,
I
that
know.
goes to show you that the name alone is extremely important. And I think the was it well the was it 3 minutes long? I don't remember. The
Yep.
commercial that they have, the reveal, it definitely says, "Here's the Switch. Here's what it does." And then, by the way, look at all these games that they kind of
Could.
trick you. They kind of
Yeah.
trick you, saying, "Hey, look at Skyrim's
Skyrim.
gonna be," but
Yeah.
we already have that confirmed that it's not confirmed for it. And another one, which it doesn't really bug me too much, but then in some cases it does. All of the screens that we saw were put in there in post. So they
Yes.
composited gameplay over it.
Right.
So
Now, I wonder though how much of that is like
actually from the
actual,
Switch,
because like they showed a new Mario game.
I
I'm
think
pretty
that's
sure
from
that's
Switch.
right off the dev kit, probably.
Yeah, and I would imagine that even the Zelda game is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Now the NBA 2K and the Skyrim, probably not.
uh, and I think the NBA game might be.
That yeah, I
I
suppose
think
that
that
could
one's
be.
possible.
Especially
Now,
being that the system's coming out in March. That's about the right
yeah.
time for a new basketball game.
Well, no, they already have that out now.
That's true. Well, whatever. Who
Time
knows?
flies by. That's okay. It
Um,
happens when you have kids, I
so
guess.
I wanted to mention something though. That was really interesting to me is that Nintendo had their investors meeting this week,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of investors that are really pissed off apparently about the Switch, and that they wish that Nintendo had gone full mobile since they had a rough year with console sales.
No, to me,
I
see,
don't
those
get this.
investors are idiots.
Yeah, and
You go full mobile,
you're gonna have
and
like a one hit.
you might as well just go third party then. Say
Yeah,
screw you to hardware when Nintendo's always been about hardware and then making the software for it. And
I've talked about this on my channel before, many moons ago now, but it was like I was talking even back then about these mobile developers. They make like one big game that sells like crazy, and then everything from then on, nothing. Like it just drops off. Think of like Farmville with Zynga. You
Yeah.
know, that was huge, huge. That put Facebook games on the map for a while. And then nothing.
Unfortunately, I played that dumb game.
And then there was then Angry Birds. Now Angry Birds has had longer legs, but
Yeah,
its
but
sequels
look at
have
all
done nothing.
like, well,
Angry Birds 2
to a
and
degree,
Bad
to a
Piggies, I
degree.
mean.
Well,
Those games
okay,
just
the Angry Birds series as a whole, it boomed, and then it kind of went down, but it stayed steady.
yeah.
When they came out with their other games that were Bad Piggies, probably flopped big time. And then I know they had I think an Angry Birds Racer or something, downhill
Yeah.
racer, that most likely flopped. I think they even came out with some other puzzle game or something, flopped.
That's just
You
it.
know?
And this my point, I don't want to spend too much time on this one, but my point is just that the mobile market is like you get that one big hit and then nothing. It's very
Yeah.
much what Nintendo had with the Wii and Wii Sports. Is
Well,
like
let me
the
ask-
one
let
big
me ask
thing,
you-
then nothing.
Is Pokemon Go? Was it just a fad? I don't hear or read anything about anyone
it
doing
blew
anymore.
up, and as far as I know, it's steady now. But you know what? I'll be really surprised if Nintendo replicates that. Like, and it wasn't even them that made that one. It was their.
No, they only got like 10 or 20% of that money. So
They own it, but I mean, they didn't actually develop it. Maybe the new Super Mario running game is gonna.
we'll see.
Do something,
I
but-
I plan on getting that. But it's gonna end up being like any other running game in
Right.
my.
Right. It might be really
People
good.
will buy it. People will buy it strictly because it's Mario, and you'll see the charts go through the roof for the first week or two, and then it's just going to drop down
Yep.
because that's what mobile does, and that's why Nintendo's not going into mobile. And these shareholders need to. I don't know. They just need to stop. Let
Yeah.
Nintendo do what Nintendo does.
Now, to go along with the investors, there's some analysts that are speaking up on the price that the console should be.
Yeah,
They're saying that it should not be more than $300 US, and
and I agree 100%.
100% agree. I even believe that it's going to be 250 and not
I
a penny
hope
more.
it's 250.
I don't think it's going to be a penny more.
They need to come out with the guns blazing here because, unfortunately, the Wii U took them straight to the bottom.
Yeah.
And the good news is, you know, in a way, there's only one way for them to go now, and that's up
hmm
or closed, I suppose. But they have more money than, you know, a lot of companies, which is good on their part. But I just hope that it does well. Are you planning to get one on day one?
I am. And I
would
plan
love
on
to, but we'll see.
I'm planning on allocating a rather large budget to that, to be honest. So
That's good.
it's gonna be fun times, and assuming this channel's still going with content, probably gonna be
Oh,
filling it right on up.
we're gonna go. We're doing this.
So
We're gonna hit it big.
one last thing we need to hit on before we switch topics, because I don't think there's much else to say about the Switch, other than the fact that Nintendo did announce that they are having a Nintendo Direct in January on the 12th, where they're going to discuss the price and the date that it's actually going to come out and the games. Finally.
And you know what? They know how to use the hype machine.
Yes.
And they've been doing it all year and even parts of last year. You know, it's insane how much hype there is for this machine. And they
there's, like,
show
no
it
info.
off. They show it off and the hype just gets even bigger.
Yeah.
You know, I mean there are some people that are turned off from it, but
Yeah. Topic for another day for sure.
yeah. Now, I do believe the games are going to be huge. They're going to show off some whoppers, and I'm excited.
Yep.
They're definitely going to show off the Mario game that was teased.
Yep.
I don't actually expect them to show off Zelda because we already know about it. We already know it's coming.
I think it's going to be a trailer at the end.
Maybe a trailer, that's it, but
Mhm.
I don't think they're going to show too much that we haven't already seen. And then let's see, what else could they show? they're gonna show us how the touchscreen works
Yeah.
because Nintendo themselves didn't confirm it, but they'd be kind of stupid not to have it. I think they'll show us the interface. They're gonna show things that we kind of need to know,
Right.
and they will not talk about the specs.
They won't, I don't think, and I think it's going to be just like with the Wii and Wii U, where afterward people dig in and find stuff out. One thing
Yep.
I want to mention before we wrap this one up is how similar this launch ramp is to that of the Dreamcast. Now, a lot of your viewers may or may not have been around during the Dreamcast era,
That's too bad.
but for those who don't know, the Sega Dreamcast was Sega's last console, and people knew about it like way before it actually came out. And but it was always under a code name, kind of like with the NX. It was known as Katana.
Yep.
Right. And even before that, there was a code name going around, Dural, based on the Virtua Fighter boss.
Yep.
But then it was only like a couple months before it actually was coming out that Sega like unwrapped everything. And then it was like, it's coming out on this day, $99.99 for $199.
Yeah, it was
And-
already out in Japan at that time.
But for
Because
for
it
like a
came
whole
out
year.
Yeah,
Right.
so we already knew about it,
Yep.
and for us it sucked because we really wanted it,
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I got mine from Toys R Us. It was $200, which, man, wouldn't that be great if the Switch was $200?
Hey, it's possible.
I could, you know what? I'd sell some games to get that.
I'm
but-
sure you'll find a way.
So my thinking is that I don't know. I'm too excited.
Right. So, I don't think we have anything else on Switch yet, but that doesn't mean we won't soon.
Yeah, maybe
way-
next week.
Right. The way these
Yeah.
things keep drip feeding us, it's bound to happen that we get more
Indeed.
info soon.
Yep.